okay? It is an absolute pleasure. Thank you so much for chatting to me today. How are you, Dolly?
I'm doing good, and thank you for having me. I'm the one that's over here trying to sell stuff.
Yeah.
You're just nice enough to help me do it.
You're the best. You're the best. Now, when Lorraine asked me to come over and chat to you, I was like, oh, yeah, cool, what we're going to be talking about? She's like, oh, yeah, she's got a new album on the way. I was like, hold on, wait, what? Where do you find the time?
Oh, you make the time for things you love to do, and it took a whole year to do this rock album because I had a lot of wonderful, iconic songs and iconic singers.
Yeah.
So they can't just drop everything they're doing. You got to work around schedules, you got to work around tours and all that sort of thing. But I really am very proud of this Rockstar album. Tongue in cheek, I thought, Rockstar, that's me.
Yeah. Hey, does what it says on the tin, right? It does what it says on the tin.
It was just fun. But yeah, I've always spent my life in country music, of course.
Of course.
Done a few pop things, crossover things, but when they put me in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame recently, I thought, I have not earned that title.
Yeah.
So I better get after it. I better earn it. So I'm trying to earn my keep, but I'm very proud of the album.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, when it comes to creating an album like that, so there's 30 songs on the album, right? There's
30 songs.
21 of them are covers, 9 originals. How do you honestly go through deciding which songs are going to be on the album?
Well, that's why I got 30 songs. I kept recording songs I love, and every artist knows you don't like to drop your best songs. Yeah. And I couldn't, there's no way on earth I could have just done a 10 or 12 song album of these kind of songs. So then we did enough to where we got 4 vinyls, vinyls, 4 sets, and then we'll have a 2-set, CD to come out to have it all. But I figure I'll never do this again, and I figure that when I'm dead and gone, that'll be part of my legacy. They can do compilations all through the years on all these songs, and it's just one of those things. I thought, well, I'm just going to keep singing till I'm done.
Oh, that's amazing.
And I love all these songs, and so then I thought, well, why not make it an event?
I mean, was there one on there that was like, yeah, this is my favorite? This is like a little bit stand out from the rest?
Well, there's several that I'm partial to. Like, for instance, Wrecking Ball with Miley, who's my goddaughter. And I love the song, and I love Miley. So that one's a great one. But the fact that I've got Paul McCartney and Ringo on the same song, Let It Be, I was doing that song either way. Yeah. And I did it, and I asked Paul if he might possibly sing. He said, I'll play and sing. I went, whoo, hey, what? I know. So that made it really special. That's the last of the Beatles. And then not only that, then Peter Frampton played on that same track. And so did Mick Fleetwood, did some percussion and all. So it's like an all-star song on that very one. But all the people were very nice and gracious, the ones that I called to ask to be on the record. They all, seemed to be excited about it, and which that made me happy because I hate to ask anybody to do anything. I'm always doing anything anybody asks me to do, but it's like I'd rather just pull teeth than to ask somebody to do me a favor.
I mean, it sounds like they couldn't have said yes quick enough. It sounds like everybody should have done this a long time ago.
They all were so nice about it. And so that meant a lot to me, too, so that made it twice as special.
What was it like phoning up your goddaughter and being like, listen, I've got an idea? Yeah, what was that phone call like? What was her first reaction?
When I would call them? Oh, with Miley? Yeah. Oh, with Miley and I, we had just done that song. I co-hosted a New Year's Eve show on NBC with her this last year. She does that out of Miami every year. So I co-hosted with her this year, and we did the Wrecking Ball, and it got so much attention. So, of course, when I said, get your ass to Nashville, we're singing Wrecking Ball on my album, she said, of course, I'll be right there. Yeah.
That's absolutely amazing. Now, World on Fire is obviously on there as well. That's a favourite. I saw you do that at the ACM Awards. I gotta say, I was so scared that your hair was gonna set on fire with all the pyrotechnics.
Well, I have to honestly tell you, I was kind of worried about that myself when they said they wanted to do all the fire, and I thought, not just my hair. I thought of Michael Jackson when he was doing, the Pepsi commercial, and I seriously, I thought, I don't like working around fire. No. That's why I don't want to go to hell. I don't like to, I try my best to kind of stay above ground if I can. So, but it was beautiful. Didn't you love my skirt that had the whole world on
and the
fire?
dancers were going in. Everything was just, it looked hot on stage.
It was.
Temperature-wise,
and it's like underneath there, I thought, Lord, is that real fire? I hope that's lighting, because I didn't want somebody to set fire to my tail.
Yeah, it's a lot. But I mean, even behind some of the songs, they've got so much meaning behind them. So when it came to writing this album, why now? Like, why
Well,
now?
why not? This is the time to write a song like that. That song, I had finished the whole album. And we said, no more, we got to stop. And that very night I went home, just kind of felt like I got dragged out of bed with an idea. Yeah. And I thought, I've got to write a song about the times. And it's like I just felt led to do it. So I went in the kitchen, wrote it. I had to wait till daylight to call Kent, the producer, Kent Wells, who did a wonderful job producing the album. I said, Kent, I got another song. He said, we got to quit sometime. I said, no, you got to hear this song. I really think we need to do it, to call another session. So I took it down, he heard it, he said, you're right, we do. Yeah. So I felt like it's really talking about the world, shape the world is in. Can't we do enough bad for one another? Can't we just do some good, love each other, try to do a little better, look at what we're doing to this world and to each other? As I always say, we only got one world. Why do we want to destroy it? Are we that stupid? And it's like, it's like it's about the kids, too. Yeah. And that's as political as I've ever been as far as my message in that song. But it's not just about politics in America. It's about all the world leaders. It's about all the people in this world that are in a position to do the right thing, and they don't. And they influence other people that are doing the wrong things, when the right thing would seem to me like the smart thing to do.
I mean, that's the sort of idea to drag you out of bed at night, whereas the only thing that gets me out of bed is milk and cookies, all right? So we're not the same. You're just in another league here, Dolly.
Well, I was eating some milk and cookies while I was writing.
There we go.
While I was up. But the message was more important at that time than the milk and cookies.
Absolutely. Now, was there anybody that didn't get on board with the album?
Yes. No, they didn't get on board. It's like I wanted Mick Jagger so bad.
Yeah.
And I ran him everywhere. He was in L.A. and he wanted to do it. We never could work it out. I wanted him to sing on Satisfaction. Yeah. He didn't want to sing on that one because he wanted something else, to have something new. And so I kept coming up with these things, but he was going to do it, and we ran out of time. But I was really disappointed because I love Mick Jagger, and my husband loves him, especially Satisfaction. But I did wind up singing with Pink. Brandy Carlisle on that one gave it some girl power. Yeah. Made it really special. But Mick, I didn't wanted him really bad.
Yeah, but wanted him.
And I did. I wanted him. Still want him, but it's too late now.
Come on, Mick.
Yeah, I always loved him. Yeah. But there was a few people that couldn't do it. I was going to have Ed Sheeran. He was in the middle of his album. And so nobody said no. Everybody asked, I wanted to do something with Cher. We never could find the right song in time. We were looking, then I ran out of time because I was doing all those vinyls. You have a deadline, you got a 6-month wait. Yeah. So some people, we just ran out of time because of the vinyls. Right. I could have fudged a little bit on the CD part. But nobody said no. Everybody genuinely wanted to do it.
Oh, that's so
like
good.
Lionel Richie, he was going to sing on one of the songs because I love Lionel. We go back a long way. Yeah. And he was going to do it, but he was involved in his show, and we just never could get our schedules together.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of girl power on the album as well. You've got people like Lizzo on there as well.
Yeah, Lizzo played her Sasha flute.
Yeah.
But she's so talented, and I love her. She's a great gal, too. So I felt honored to have her on it anyway. I said, you should have sung on it, too. She said, no. Yeah. It was already done. I loved it like it was. She said, I thought about where I could sing here and there, and I thought, nah, I ain't messing that up.
It's the one.
But I can play the flute.
It's the one. She's incredible. Now, not only the album, you've obviously got the book coming out as well.
I have a book.
Where you have time? I said,
I make time. It's like I've got nothing else to do. I'm trying to get everything done before I die.
Cups of ambitions all over the place over here.
I know, but you're talking about behind the scenes?
Behind the scenes, My Life in Rhinestones.
Yeah, well, it's really, I've got a 3-series book on showbiz. My first one was Songteller, which was about all my songs, why I wrote them, where I was, why, and how, and when, all that. It was really a bestseller, still is. And now this one's the second in that series, and it's called My Life in Rhinestones, Behind the Scenes. And it's really my career all the way back from when I was a little girl and all the way up to my aunt sewing clothes to the neighbor next door, to Bob Mackie and some of the biggest names in show business, doing movies, and it's got pictures and stories and all that. So I think it's a great coffee table book. And then the next one is going to be called Star of the Show, which is the name of one of my songs. But it's about my life on the road, my life on stage, and all that behind the scenes. The fans seem to like that kind of stuff.
Yeah, amazing. Because it was never handed to you. Your passion for fashion started when you were really young, right?
Well, yeah, I've always laughed about when people say that I'm fashionable. I never, I was just always kind of over-exaggerated, and I always make a joke about when they say less is more. I thought, whoever said that.
Give me another wig, all right?
We're not kidding me. Yeah, you can't. I laugh sometimes when we were putting this book together. Some of my hair, I thought, what was I thinking? I had to think I looked good at this time, but now I think, oh my God. My husband always said, because I'm so tiny, little, and he'd always say I look like a Q-tip. All you can see is just a stick with hair, like with a blonde. So it's like in some of them, had a little more cotton on the tip than others.
But you're a little more cotton on the tip. I love it. I mean, so your passion for fashion, and it's developed this sort of Dolly Style, and that Dolly Style has reached so many corners of the world. Like, it's reached so many people. People love dressing up as you. There's so many lookalikes as well. Like how you entered a lookalike competition before, didn't you?
I did in a gay bar.
How'd that go?
Well, I didn't win.
No.
I was here comes this little, tiny little, sawed-off honky going across stage with all these drag queens that are already 6 feet tall, and then they put on their shoes. I knew I wasn't going to win. It was just a fun thing to do, and my gay hairdresser that lived in that area, and so it was Halloween, and I just over-exaggerated, everything about me.
Yeah.
And I got just a trickle of applause, and it was just funny. I could at least say I got, I missed out.
Yeah.
I lost to Dolly Parton lookalike. But the reason there's so much of that, I think, is I'm so easy to look like. You can buy a blonde wig anywhere. Yeah, with all the over-exaggerated fun for Halloween, you just stuff your bunch of stuff here and get you a big hair and just do that, and you can be Dolly.
Was there a memorable look that you look back on and you're like, yeah, that one wasn't great?
Oh Lord, I've got some pictures. I'm embarrassed to show them. Even
the world hasn't seen them.
What was I thinking? But like I said, you have to think at that time that you're looking good, or you surely wouldn't do that. But it's one of those things. I just laugh about it. I just think, well.
It's the Dolly Style.
It's my life. It's my life in Rhinestones.
It's your life in Rhinestones. Now, even with that, there was actually a world record attempt this week in a town in Ireland. 1,100 people dressed up as you to raise money for an amazing charity for Kerry's Hospice.
I heard about that.
Yeah.
When I was here.
I thought you was about to say I was there.
I should have been there because I saw all those pictures and I was laughing at that too, because I saw all those people and they kind of all look like this book we're talking about. All the different ways I've looked throughout the years, because they wear all the different styles of big blonde wigs, some shorter, some taller, some this and that. But I was very honored and flattered that they would do that. I mean, that's so sweet. Yeah. I'm always touched when I hear about things like that that many people care about me.
Yeah.
And you never know. I used to think when I was young, I wondered how I would be thought of when I was older, and or how I would be remembered when I was dead. I used to think about that, and now that I am older, not dead yet, but I'm older, and it's nice like to look back and
to see the reflection,
to think that I've done something that's made somebody happy.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, books have always had a big place in your heart as well. Like, you've done some incredible charity work when it comes to the children. You mentioned the children. Over 200 million books around the world have reached around the world with Imagination Library. Why was that so important to you?
Well, that is one of the things that I'm proudest of. I hope I will be remembered fondly for that. That's one of those things as part of your legacy you're so proud of. But that started out of a serious place in my heart. With my dad, who couldn't read and write, because we're just country people, and a lot of mountain people didn't get a chance to do that. But my dad was so smart, and I just loved him, and so I kind of started that. because of that, had him involved in it and made him, I said, Daddy, there's millions of people around this world can't read and write, that didn't have the chance to do that. So we'll do this. And he took such pride in that, and he got to live long enough to see that doing good, and he got such kick out of them calling me the book lady.
Yeah.
He was prouder of that than saying I'm a star, and so it meant a lot to me personally, but I also saw that it's so important that kids, when they say in your most impressionable years, from when you're 1 to 5, and that this book, we give a book a month to every child, anybody that signs up. There's no obligation to the parent at all. A lot of wonderful people in the community, they donate, they work and all that, and I do shows and stuff for it. But it's just one of those things, there's no obligation. Any child, anywhere where they have the program. And we're statewide in almost every place we're going to be soon, but we just went statewide in California where we're having the books in Spanish as well.
Wow.
And so it's just something I'm really proud of. It's where they get a book in the mail every month until they start school. And they're going to go get that book with their little name on it in the mailbox, grab it, make somebody in that household sit down and read to them. And so it's just a sweet idea that came from a good place, and I just love the fact that we've given way over now 200 million books around the world.
Yeah, amazing. I mean, it's leaving a legacy, and it's also having fun at the same time for the kids as well, right? Being able to read and stuff.
Yeah, and I think it brings families, closer together like that. Yeah, and the book lady is on the back, and a lot of kids don't even know I sing. I'm just the book lady.
You're just the book lady.
Seriously.
I love that.
Yeah, they don't. They don't even know it. They'll see me somewhere else. They say, is that the book lady?
Yeah.
Yeah. Which I love that.
Your accolades are going. Now, I couldn't come and meet you and not play a little quick fire game, all right? So it's just 4 little questions over here. And it's Dolly would or Dolly wouldn't. That's what you need to answer, all right?
Dolly would and Dolly wouldn't.
Dolly would and Dolly wouldn't. Would Dolly do a rap album?
Lord, never say never to Dolly.
I love that. Would she go on a roller coaster?
No.
No.
Dolly wouldn't.
A roller coaster with Tyler?
Dolly wouldn't.
Never mind.
But I'd show you all the things we got. I'd show you how to get on it, and I would get you the first place in line.
Yeah, thank you. I'll get fast track. That's it. Would she enter another Dolly Parton lookalike contest?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Dolly would.
Dolly would. And would she ever sleep in her makeup?
Dolly would and does.
You do?
Would sleep in my makeup.
You just take it just in case in the night you want to get up.
I do.
Go to toilet,
Dolly would
like,
sleep in her makeup, and I do. And I've talked about that when I spend a lot of time in California where they have earthquakes. Yeah. Ain't no way I'm going to bed without my makeup and my wig on a lampstand or something. Because if I have to hit the streets with the news out there, like, how did it hit your house? Fine, I was okay. It just broke my china, but it was okay. No, seriously, I don't you never know what's going to happen in the middle of the night.
Right.
And I'm going to clean my face in the morning. Doesn't matter, in a 24-hour period, you do your skin, you do that whenever you want to.
Oh, that's amazing.
But I don't want to go to bed with rollers and clear seal on my face with my husband. He deserves better. That's why we've been married for 59 years.
That's so inspiring. That's so inspiring. Listen, I want to say thank you so much for chatting to me today. There's one thing you said that always stays with me, and it's I want to wear out rather than rust out. And you couldn't have put it perfectly.
Well, that's an old saying, and I believe it.
Dolly Parton, thank you so much.